So welcome this afternoon to another very well-visited museum night, museum afternoon. As every year, it implies that we have well-visited locations and less visited locations, which is a typical problem that the organization has to face every single year. So this year we decided to organize an additional event, specifically for those people that have to queue up in the long queues, and they, well, if they really are fed up, we want to offer them an alternative so they could actually access that particular museum more rapidly in a VIP queue that goes very quickly and is much shorter than the normal queue. So what did the organization do to organize this event? In the program book that is well known to everybody, we add a page in which we announce the event, and in which we say that it will, in case you find yourself in this unfortunate situation, which is inevitable, unfortunately, that it suffices to send an SMS to a particular number with the message, ik ben het wachten beu, and then you will get instructions for the event. So first, and in addition, there is the organization placed this type of board at every location at every museum at the entrance, so it's visible for those queuing up for that museum. And the slogan of the event is announced in big letters, as well as the number where you can send the SMS to with the message that you have to include in the SMS. For this part, we will see how it works in reality. So.
What a queue. I have to wait again, and I was at the Van Gogh Museum, and I also had to wait for half an hour. Okay, what is this? Het wachten beu. That sounds like me. I read something about it, and I can play a game instead of being in the long queue. So I take my phone, and I'll SMS wachten beu to 440. There's my SMS. Oh, it says that if I go to Onze Lieve Heer op Zolder first, and if I find the church, then I will get a VIP card for the bath. Oh, okay, now I understand, because I see all kind of people standing in a shorter queue, and they get direct access to the bath. So if I go to this other church, then I get the VIP card. Interesting.
So there goes Astrid. She arrives at the next location, which is just in a couple of minutes walking distance from the Waag. It's called Onze Lieve Heer op Zolder. And this is an example of a less visited museum. And what did the organization do? We actually hired a person that is hidden in the surroundings of the museum. And this person has knowledge about the context of that museum. So this person is capable of telling a little story with additional information about the museum that you cannot find within the museum. And what is typical about the board is that you find a detailed map of the surroundings of the museum, with an indication of some landmarks that are important for this contextual information, this contextual story. So we will see now what happens as soon as Astrid arrives at this new scene, so at Onze Lieve Heer op Zolder, looking for what was written in the SMS.
Well, this should be the Onze Lieve Heer op Zolder. In the SMS it said I had to look for some kind of priest near the church. Well, okay, here I have more details now. And I see a transparent map over it with some historical details. Okay. Now I understand, because it says there is an old church over here. And the church is apparently not
Within the limited time of one single evening, you can actually visit 2 museums instead of 1 museum now. In addition, you are provided with additional contextual information about the museum, which gives you a more profound insight in the museum that you intend to visit, and you also visit places that you didn't necessarily intend to visit. So this is really what the briefing was about, we think. So we have been thinking about elaborations of this game, which makes it a little bit more technological and interesting. You can imagine that our target group for the thing that we demonstrated is quite large, but with the elaboration we have a more niche type of target group that is more sensitive to gadgets and stuff like that. So what we intend to do then is to announce the existence of an after party, very secret after party. And what we want to do is to trigger those people that really like to visit a lot of locations during the museum night. You know, this type of people that really want to get everything out of the event. So for these people, this system works very well because if they really try it, they can actually visit a lot of museums without having to queue up all the time. And what we would like to add then is that when they find this person to get the VIP card, in addition, they try to obtain some clue words. And what happens is that as soon as they decide to join the game, from some person they will receive a little gadget with UV light. And what you can do is that as soon as you find a nun, in this case you could actually start shine on the nun, and then there will be with some UV ink, there will be some words that can appear on the clothes or on the skin of this person, so you can obtain these words. As you visit different persons, you get a lot of words with which you can make a phrase, and then the phrase will be the clue to get into the after party. But then you still don't know where the after party is, and also that you have to find out by means of the UV light, and we could actually hide these maps also with this special type of ink, or all the ways that you can make it visible with the light. So in that case we would also be using the darkness of the museum night to hide our stuff, and the light to make it visible. So that's just one of the many possibilities to elaborate this concept. And are there any